And welcome to another episode of Never Caught Offside with me, your host, Mr. Voltaire, here with David and Miguel. How are you boys?
It's only Tottenham.
You started already, bruv. You started already. We haven't got any Tottenham people on here. So if you don't, well, by the time this actually gets out, yes, Tottenham were beaten in a penalty shootout by PSG in the Super Cup. We ain't really going to talk much about the game because we've got business to discuss. But what did you boys think about the game? That's
You
that's
know,
enough. There you go.
no,
Listen,
no, you know what?
listen.
Well done, Tottenham. I'll say well done, Tottenham, because they're 2-0 up. I know they
So
went a bit defensive after that.
you're congratulating the team that went 2-0 up and lost.
No, I mean, well done for the approach. I think that
Okay.
the main thing is they went 2-0 up and they went a bit defensive. PSG caught up. It's typical Tottenham. Penalties, they lost it. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
is
this
what
was
it
gonna.
is.
I thought this was the fall of PSG because after they took a whooping from Chelsea in the Club World Cup final, I thought, wow, back-to-back finals or back-to-back English competition, English opposition, and they're losing. And
Mhm.
I thought, right, Tottenham doing the thing against PSG. It is what it is, though. But it was a decent match, some good goals. Everybody likes a good comeback, and then penalty shootout, and it's a lottery after that. I should know. We lost penalty shootout to Crystal Palace, and sometimes some of the best players around can buckle under the pressure, or maybe some people just try and take a rubbish Panenka and pull it outside. Like I swear that ball for Mo Salah traveled like 4 postcodes. I don't know where that ball is still orbiting the earth as we speak. It might come down one day, maybe before Friday. But speaking about Friday, first game of the new Premier League season, we are back officially. It felt like it was long, wasn't it? Did it feel like a long summer without Premier League football? Did it feel normal? I don't know. It's
Listen,
just
I'll be honest, Alex. I didn't feel it was too long. It was only like what, three
because
weeks
you had
ago
you
we
had a lot of
won.
football to watch.
Here we go.
You had a lot of
Yeah,
football
that's
to
Standard
what.
watch.
Yeah,
You,
we
you had a
did.
whole
Yeah.
you had a whole tournament
Club
after
World Cup.
watching the league. After watching a lot scrape fourth on the last day of the season, then to go and win in the Club World Cup. But anyway, that was last season
Conference
now.
League and Club World Cup.
Yes, yes, yes. The conference league. Yes, yes. Oh, congratulations on that again. My God, my God. Anyway, um, all right. So yes, we are entering the new season. The weekend will have a load of fixtures, but first game of the season it will start with the Premier League champions. I don't know whether the Premier League just did this on purpose, that it was going to put this game on, but it really doesn't matter. So Liverpool will play Bournemouth in the first game of the season. Liverpool will be at home. Time to welcome the new signings in the first competitive game at Anfield. So it will be a game which will kick off the new season where there has been a lot of transfer activity. I don't think I've seen a transfer window like this before ever. Like I don't know if anybody has you know experienced anything so lively. I thought that is it me or I just thought that there's been so many transfers.
Yeah, and it's not over yet, to be honest. I mean, you guys
We've
are
still got
looking
like
to buy.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've almost secured a new signing, a young centre back from Italy, Giovanni Leone. Apparently he's supposed to be the next Cannavaro. I don't know whether it's just links because they both played for Parma, but it makes sense. Everybody gets
Mm.
compared to, well, he's much taller than Cannavaro, that's for sure. So Liverpool are going to be adding it in. But this talk isn't about Liverpool. We want to get into the business now. We want to make some bold statements because this is the prediction episode, yeah? Prediction episode. So what we're going to do, first we're going to start with the title race predictions. So we're going to try and predict what the top six is going to look like. So we'll start from six, we'll go to one. Then we're going to talk about the the other teams in the title. I won't say the title race, but everybody else who is picking numbers. Not going to go for every single team, but we'll just talk about teams that we feel are going to be a bit sticky, who might cause some problems, who might who's going to be knocking on a door of the top six or the top 10 if they are outside top 10. Obviously, we'll talk about relegation as well. We have to talk relegation, who we feel is going to go down this season. So hopefully we're going to able to squeeze in all of this within the time that we have. And also we're going to have a chat about who the top goal scorer is going to be who's going to be the player of the year and which youngster is going to shine in the league. So, for further ado, wait, does anybody ever say that in normal life? I always see people say that on TV, you know,
I think it's a
or
YouTube kind of intro, isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah. It's just like you never
just
ever
for
see
the
that.
AI, it's for the AI
Yeah,
just to get your
exactly.
video. Yeah.
You never in a board meeting and they do a presentation and they say, "Oh, further ado," you know. So, anyway, we're gonna crack on with it. So, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Manchester United, even. Like, what is going on? You know, can Slot's new signings help them retain the title? What about Chelsea? Can your momentum after the World Club Cup, can that take you to the promised land? Or even Arsenal, now you've got Gyökeres. Can he shoot you to the title? These are the things we're going to discuss. So what we'll do, we're going to start with sixth place. No, let's not even start with sixth place because I think sixth place isn't a Champions League spot. So fifth place is. So we'll cut. Let's forget the six. This is just do a top five. Yeah, fair enough. Top five. Or do you want to
Yeah,
go for top six?
I think top six makes it a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I asked you boys earlier in the day to give me your top six predictions. Okay. So hopefully you'll be able to debate on why this team is going to be six. And we'll see where we're going to go with that from each person. All right, so I'll start with you, David. Sixth place finish by the end of the season. Who do you think is going to end there? To be fair, first of all, actually, let's look at who actually was six at the end of last season. Who
Mm.
was six?
Since last season, is it Aston Villa or
Villa?
Bournemouth?
Villa
Villa?
was Villa. Yeah,
Yeah,
Villa, because they missed out on Champions League on the last day. Okay, cool.
yeah,
So Villa
yeah.
was sixth last season. Where do you feel actually Villa no, let's do it like that actually.
Mm,
Let's work like that. So let's say the team that finished last season,
mm.
and then you can put them now where they're going to finish in that six. If another team you feel should be there, then you say that team. Yeah, I've made up some new rules. That's how we're gonna go. Cool. So six was Villa. So where do you feel Villa gonna end up this season?
Yeah, I think possibly the same place. Aston Villa.
No movement.
Maybe pushing it fifth, but I think the same place. They haven't really progressed from last season. They haven't really bought, not from my knowledge anyway, they haven't bought any players to move forward. They still
No,
have.
I think they've made one. They've made one signing,
Mm,
and that was Essential, who they had on loan. They've made it a permanent deal.
okay, okay. So yeah, still the same striker, Ollie Watkins. You know, still the same players. Um, I don't think that they're gonna progress any higher. So yeah, I think they'll stay in sixth place really. And they've got a good manager, but the problem is for
Good
FFP.
evening. Good evening.
I think for FFP they can't really they couldn't really do much really. They couldn't really
Yeah, I
do
think they're
because of yeah.
selling Jacob Ramsey to Newcastle.
Yeah, there. It's in negotiations.
Okay.
That was a
That'd be a good
surprising
signing.
move.
That'd be a good signing for Newcastle if
Surprising.
they get that through.
Well, that means now that Chelsea can't go and get um what's his name now?
Morgan Rogers?
Yes, that's it, Morgan Rogers. Yeah, you can't get it. Where would he fit in? You lot are signing service. By the way, we'll talk about Chelsea at another point.
You
But
know,
yes,
Ramsey would have been a perfect kind of Chelsea player. You know, the sort of players that Chelsea go for.
No,
And
you
probably
mean Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers.
no, Ramsey's good as well, man. Jacob Ramsey's a good
Nah, nah,
player.
nah,
You
nah,
don't
nah.
like him? Okay,
He,
he's a
he,
good
he can
player.
sign for, he can sign for Arsenal. That's all right.
Yeah, but I think seriously, I think Aston Villa sixth place, pushing it fifth place, but I don't think any higher. Nothing really inspiring. The transfer window hasn't been. You would have thought that they might have pushed on and you would have bought like a new striker, like maybe winger, defender. But I don't think they're gonna get anywhere.
how do you
Rashford
feel
didn't
about that?
stay either, so
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Miguel, do you agree with David?
Um, I think them keeping their best players is probably a big win for them given their situation. But if they, yeah, I think they got a decent squad to push on with. I think Rogers might have a bit of an injury at the moment, so he might not play the first game. I think they'll finish sixth, or maybe even regress to seventh, depending on how Tottenham and Man United with all their acquisitions progress. And I think they're still linked with a bunch of players like Eze, Carlos Baliba. So if they get those players in, I think that changes like the top six, top seven back to your standard like superpowers in the league, so to speak.
No, I totally agree with you, and I feel that six would actually be Manchester United. I feel that with the players that they've brought in, they've increased their firepower, better one than what they had last year. Certain players won't be playing with them this season, so
Hmm.
maybe that could be a distraction because I think it was a lot of a circus what's going on with Manchester United with what's happening with Rashford. Even when Rashford was at Villa, they were still talking about it. So they never had any rest when it came to their players. It was, over social media, always in their papers, people saying how some of their players were doing better on loan. Rashford, Anthony. I don't know what's even happened with Anthony now. Obviously, he's back with the team. I haven't watched any of Manchester United's pre-season games, so I don't know what involvement he's had with this with their 3-5-2 formation. I can't see how he would be in that team. Is he going to play as a wing back? Is he going to play as a 10? Well, they've got they've brought in two more 10s. So
Mm.
it's going to be interesting to see how Manchester United operate. Cunha, Wemo, Sesko. That is that I have to say that is a great attack, which I feel is top six worthy. I'll say Villa can drop out the top six, replaced by Manchester United. Um, and yeah, that's who I thought is going to be sixth, Manchester United. So now we'll go to fifth place. Again, David, I'll start with you. Fifth place was Newcastle. How do you feel Newcastle will fare this season?
Oh God, man, it's one of those things that I'm waiting for the transfer window to finish because
I'm
obviously
waiting. I'm waiting for the
yeah, I'm waiting for
obvious.
yeah. So it's a bit of a tricky one. I think fifth place because obviously there's Man United, there's Tottenham, there's Newcastle, right? And I feel fifth is got to be one of them clubs basically because I've got my top four already, right? I've got my top four set. Fifth has to be one of them clubs. So I think it hurts me to say actually. Um, I'm gonna give it to Tottenham. Yeah, it hurts me to say. The reason why is because even though obviously I'm a Tottenham hater, but Thomas Frank so far, what he's done, the way he's handled himself so far, it looks really good. You know, as a manager, tactically, he knows how to sort of manage certain situations. And they're buying players. If they buy Eze, then they've got Eze, they've got Lewski to come back. They've got that Paulino from Bayern Munich, right? So they're still buying players. So I think it could be a wild card for me. Before I would say Man United because they also are buying players as well. You don't know how they'll finish in a transfer window. So it was between Man United and Tottenham, but I'm going to give it to Tottenham as a wild card. But otherwise, I would have said Man U.
Okay. Okay. So Spurs
Yeah.
taking fifth in your predictions, Miguel.
I think probably both, yeah, David and I are in the same place when we speak about Tottenham. I think tonight, even though they didn't win and we'll joke about all that we want to, I think there was definitely positive signs. It was just, that slight difference in quality, like in the last 10, 15 minutes where it really becomes a slog, players are getting cramped. Um, and they get really tense. You see what you're made of. So I think it's definitely gone in the right direction. Big shift from Postecoglou. I think Tottenham under Postecoglou would have conceded 4, 5, 6 goals easily and maybe scored a couple. But they've made good acquisitions, linked with good players still. They're showing a completely different side where they're willing to spend money, unlike the Tottenham of past. But yeah, I see Newcastle sliding all the way down to eighth with the circus. It has been signing players and their main superstar like down in tools and wanting to go to Liverpool. I think that bit of negativity is going to affect the squad in the dressing room because they haven't done good whatsoever with the preseason. So it's definitely affected everyone to some degree at the club. So Tottenham fifth, Newcastle to go down to eighth.
That's a big one. How do I feel about it? They got fifth spot last season, and you lot made some valid points on how you feel it could fare. I have a sneaky, strange feeling that the window will close and Isak's not going to move. I thought Newcastle will put their foot down. They are still in a strong position because even if they do stop him from playing football for at least the first 4, maybe 5 games, getting match fit. He needs to play football. So there'll be some half-hearted apologies. He will play, and then he'll be looking for the exit. Not even in January. Maybe you could get a January move, but I feel like a move like that needs to happen in the summer. It needs to integrate with the team. I feel if Newcastle make a push, if they are knocking on the top 4 door or in the top 4 by Christmas, they're not letting them go. And especially if they don't sign a striker, I feel they will get one, but you need 2. You can't go into a season with 1 striker. You can only do that if you had 2 and 1 gets injured. But to go in with 1 is not going to be practical, because I don't see Newcastle trying to play false nines, Gordon or Barnes or Alanga trying to play as a false nine striker. It's not really going to work. So I feel that they will sign Johan Wissa. I think they'll get him. They just need to put the money down for him, and they'll keep Isak, come to some type of agreement. They'll let him go in the summer, and they'll knock off a good 30 mil, I reckon. So if Liverpool do come back for him, but then that's the situation. Do Liverpool do what they did with Van Dijk and say, okay, you know what, we're not gonna go and buy the second choice option. We want the first one, and we'll get it when it's available. So we'll happily wait. So I don't know what Liverpool will wait and go into a season with 1 striker. I feel like it would not be the best thing to do, but I feel like they could say that. They could say, listen, they've put a stop on Chiesa going anywhere because we said we need him. So I see Chiesa playing as a false 9. I see Gakpo playing as a secondary striker. Vert's doing a false 9. So if I don't see Liverpool buying another striker because they want to have to. I think they want to get Isak, and if they can't get him in that window, they'll leave it, because boy, his life will be destroyed if he can't get that Liverpool move next season. So yeah, I see Newcastle. I see them 5th, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're like 8th or 6th or 7th or something like that. But I'll say 5th if they manage to keep Isak. Right. So 4th last season was Chelsea, and only because you're a Chelsea fan, Miguel, I'll let you start this one off. So the 4th last season, where do you see Chelsea come in this season? This will be interesting, very interesting, because you've had a lot of chest in our group chat, a lot of chest.
No, I
So
think
let the nation hear what you think.
I think given the consistency across the Arsenal team and what they've achieved so far, I think them finishing 2nd is a given. And Liverpool have just strengthened, and they seem to be tying up loose ends, that, like, signing defenders, multiple defenders, and like they have the ability to pivot if they need to wait for Isak, like you said. So they're in a position of control at the moment. But I see them coming first. So on that note, I'll definitely say I see Chelsea coming 3rd and Man City coming 4th.
Oh man, this man just dropped two things already. 2 teams already. All right, calm, fine, fair enough. David, Chelsea ended up 4th last season. Do you agree with Miguel, or are you going elsewhere? What are you thinking?
No, actually, I agree with the 4th place. I think Man City will come 4th because this season I feel it's going to be a transition season for them. They've got a lot of new players. They've got attacking midfielder. They've got wingers. Rodri is going to be in and out, or perhaps another long-term injury. So it's going to be a big transition, a lot of settling in. Guardiola's going to try and work out his tactics. So I think one season they're not going to be the best, but I think 4th place would be reasonable. Won't be surprised if they finish higher, but if I had to give a vote, I'll say 4th place for Man City.
Okay. I think I might be different from the both of you. I'm gonna say Chelsea will come 2nd this season.
Are we doing 4th?
Oh no, I said to you because Chelsea came 4th
Okay, so we're
last
doing
season.
okay.
So the team that came
Okay.
4th, where you feel they are going to be.
Okay. I thought you were just doing like
No, I remember I
one at a
changed. I
time.
remember I told you to change it. You got to listen.
Okay.
Everybody else is listening.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
So what? Have you given one prediction then? Have we
No.
done it?
I gave the prediction for 4th place, but if I'm saying Chelsea, where they would finish, I think Chelsea would finish. I'm gonna go for 3rd place for Chelsea.
Third.
Same
Okay.
really. Yeah.
Okay. So third.
Mainly because, mainly because it's kind of the season where I don't think it's their season. I think the season after this season coming up would be their season because they've got a lot of young players. They've got players,
Mhm.
but even them, they have to set. A lot of the players have to settle in after the tactics, So I think one more season, then they probably will be favourites, in my opinion, with what they've got.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea got something going. I think
Mm,
we were not kind of. I think a lot of scrutiny at the start of last season with the amount of money they spent and the results weren't there. Some of the performances weren't there. So people like it's young and take some time. And they were right. It was gonna take some time. Get with the rhythm, get with the system, see what works. Because sometimes you just have to see what just works. Plus, you have a new manager with new players, and then he's gonna be forced players onto him and trying to find a way how to integrate them into his philosophy. So it was going to take time because you've just come off the back of having Pochettino who was trying to start something. Then it's almost like ripping up the plan book again and starting it again from fresh. So Chelsea ending up fourth, I don't think it was a surprise to anybody last season. I think it was a fair justification of where they were. They were a threat, young and hungry, and would win something. And they won something by winning winning the Europa Conference League. Now they've pushed on. We've seen a taste now of what this team can do with some new additions. I think João Pedro is a massive signing for them. I wasn't too impressed with the amount of goals that he scores, but it's what he brings to the team and his actual ability and his game that I feel like, him and Delap, I think if both of them can get at least what a good 15, 16 from João Pedro, 10 from Delap, you've got Cole Palmer who could probably easily put in between a good 15 to 20 goals in the league. Then you've got people like Gittins who've come in who's going to add. I think Chelsea have got something going, and I feel like this could be a new era rivalry. The battle of the board managers in Slot and Maresca. So I feel that this is going to be a good battle. Chelsea are gonna put and I think they have to. I think Chelsea are under as much pressure as the rest of the top four have for doing something. Everybody has spent money. Everybody's bought in players, so there's a big expectation on everybody. You know, yes, Liverpool have a target on their back, but there are targets on everybody's backs because nobody wants to fall behind anybody else. So yeah, I'm going with Chelsea being second. Cool. So third place last season was Man City. I think both of you have already kind of said where they're going to be, but if you just want to let's just have it again so we know where they are. So David, where did you feel Man City are going to end up this season?
yeah, fourth place, new
Fourth place?
players. Yeah, fourth place, new players, the transition. Need to settle down the players. So fourth place, I think for me.
And Miguel, it was the same for you, wasn't it? Fourth place. Sorry, Miguel, you're on mute. Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was just saying I was agreeing with David. I think a lot of new players, but Rodri's not even back to full fitness, so they're not going to have their best squad. And I think the key issue is going to be the distribution, the playmaking ability of Kevin De Bruyne. How's Haaland going to move on from that? Other players like Cherky, Reinders, are they going to be able to pick up the slack and create opportunities for him to the same level? So I'm not too sure just yet, but I think Haaland's had a good bit of rest, and he'll definitely be playing with a lot of ambition to prove a point and probably get that golden boot back from Salah.
Oh, interesting. And that's one thing we will touch upon as well. Um, Man City, third last season. I'm gonna say they're gonna be fourth this season. And I thought the real big factor is I have a sneaky feeling that Rodri's not gonna stay fit this season. I feel like there's gonna be spells where he's gonna be missing. It's gonna disrupt the flow of the team. They've lost KDB. Most of that team has played with him. So they need a new outlet, a creator. Who is Pep gonna pick as a creator? And I don't think, unless obviously I don't know what his plans are. I'm not one of the coaches. I don't sit in that dressing room to pinpoint who's going to be the guy. And I thought it may change. He could do this whole rotation thing again, and we might see people moving in, moving out, and there might not just be one main guy. There could just be multiple people being brought in to to do bits. But they've got back Oscar Bob, who had a bad injury, but he broke his leg and now he's back. Savino didn't really work out, and now they're looking to sell him to Tottenham. So there's still a lot of movement happening, and I'm thinking, right, you're not selling Savino, so then who's the inside forward on the right hand side? Are you now going to push Phil out there because you've got Cherky, and he plays in a
Number
similar
10.
role?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Bernardo Silva still there as well.
Silva
You
can
know,
play right if he stays there anyway. If he doesn't leave.
now you've got you've got Reinders there as well. Is Reinders now going to fill in for Rodri because
Yeah,
Rodri's
he has to.
injured?
Yeah, he has to.
But it's not this. But again, it's this. It's
Mm.
what we're gonna see. How they're gonna move things around to make sure that they're still ticking the same. And I think they're still gonna be up there because being fourth is still up there. I don't see them winning the title, so I'm holding them out, and I'm gonna say they're fourth. All right. So second again for the third year in a row was Arsenal. So David, as the delegated Arsenal fan, on on this panel, where do you feel Arsenal gonna end up this season?
I've got
Wait,
some.
wait,
I've
wait,
got
wait,
some
wait for it,
variables.
wait for it, wait for it.
Listen,
Oh,
listen.
here we go.
I've got
Do you know
some
what? Let me
variables.
adjust my seat for this. I'm gonna get. Let's say
You
the
know,
score.
You're
Go
gonna
on.
come like an
yeah,
uncle with your presentation
yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
yeah,
pros and
There we go.
cons.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've got
he's got
some
his PowerPoint.
parameters.
He's got
Some
his PowerPoint
parameters.
out.
I've got some
Have
parameters.
you got one of those long sticks with a light, and then you
Nah,
just
nah,
point it?
nah, nah, nah,
It's a pointer. You've got a pointer. So
nah, nah,
here
nah,
in phase 8, we see
nah.
Noni on the left. Go on.
Nah.
The floor is yours, David. The floor is
So
yours.
there's some parameters, and it's between Liverpool and Arsenal, obviously. For me, number one, number two, and if Liverpool don't get their striker, don't get Isaac, yeah, I think Arsenal will finish. Will win the league. That's my prediction. We will win the league if Liverpool don't get, because if Hugo gets injured and you're playing all this false nine business with Chiesa and Gakpo, this or this, I think Arsenal. The only major change we've made, we've got a consistent team that can play together. The major changes we've made obviously is Gyökeres, Zubimendi, Norgard, obviously Noni who can play left, who can play right. But I just think the hunger of Arsenal, the fact that we want to win it, we need to win it. Have Liverpool still got the hunger to win it again? Can they do a Man City, win it like 5 times in a row? Sometimes I think with Liverpool, they haven't got that. Like, you guys only are good at winning one trophy per season, right? You haven't got the ambition to win multiple trophies. And I don't think Liverpool.
Wait, hold on.
No, listen,
That's a bit
listen.
steep. I've
No,
got to
no, no,
stop
but
you
listen,
there on that.
listen. No,
Nah,
I'm just saying,
nah.
you are a single
All right, I'll
trophy
let you
club.
land. I'll let you
Okay,
land. I'll let you
okay.
land.
But seriously, striker-wise, right? The way you were saying, oh well, we'll go into the season with one striker and we'll wait until January, right? That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games to play
No, wait.
with one striker.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The Liverpool have not said that at all. That was just
No,
me.
I know that. But
Cool.
it's looking like likely Newcastle might not back down because they're probably pissed off at Liverpool at the same time, right? So they might not back down and they might keep Isaac. And if you guys only have Hugo Ekitike, we have Gyökeres, and I know you're gonna laugh. We also have Kai Havertz, who's rejuvenated, right? He's a different, yeah.
What's going?
It's his
What's
pace,
I
and
was
he's
like,
hench as well. You know,
it's not
he's
hedge.
on a mission.
It's not hedge.
That guy's he's on a mission.
That's an AI
He,
picture, bro. AI.
but he's on a mission. So I think Havertz, Gyökeres, all you have is Hugo. That's it. As your striker, right? I even think the lap Pedro's got a better strike force than you guys right now. Yeah, in terms of strikers. Yeah, and obviously we still have Saka, and then we can play obviously Marcelino on left, Noni. You know, then we've got Zubimendi.
Well,
I think
technically, you've only got one striker.
no. Havertz can play as a
He's not a
striker.
striker. He's not a
He
striker, bro.
can.
He's not a
Okay,
striker.
so how many goals he scored last season?
I don't know.
9.
Yeah,
Is that
and
striker?
he was
That's
injured, and he scored 9. And
he's
how many
not a
game?
striker.
How
He's
many
not a
matches did
striker.
he play? How many matches did he
Listen,
play?
if
Not
any,
a striker.
if anyone is qualified to determine whether Havertz is a striker or not, as a Chelsea fan, having watched him for many years, he is not a striker.
Bro,
He's
that's
a
not a
shadow
striker.
striker. He's a 10.
No, that's
He
not.
plays
That's
behind the striker.
yeah, yeah.
No,
He's a link-up guy.
I agree.
Holds the
I
ball
agree.
and threads it through. Leverkusen, he was a
I
10.
agree with that. No, I agree with that
So
wholeheartedly.
technically, you've got one
But
striker.
his game has developed at Arsenal.
He's
Right.
got half a striker of Jesus. Every time he stretches, he breaks something. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
we're off with the
exactly.
vibes.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I think there's two things: the consistency of Arsenal finishing second the last 3 seasons. We've got the experience, right, to finish up there. And like I said, if you guys don't buy a striker, and are you hungry? Are you really hungry to win another trophy? Yeah,
So
another league.
who's playing out? Who's playing out on the left for you?
Are you asking me a question here, or you just
Not
want
not
to talk or stuff?
Martinelli on the left. He will be rejuvenated this season. Martinelli on the left.
Listen, I've seen him play live this preseason. Yeah, the stink he calls. Good luck. You're not winning no league with Martinelli.
Okay. Noni's there. Eze's coming, so it's not.
Eze ain't coming, bro. Stop that. Stop it. Eze,
Well, no,
when you signed,
but seriously,
as soon as you signed Noni,
yeah.
that door was closed, bro. That door was closed.
Eze is fully twerking for Spurs
He's
now.
going Spurs, man. He's going Spurs.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a spot
let him
for
go
him.
Spurs, man.
There's
Let
a
him go
shirt
Spurs.
for him. The 7th shirt is waiting there for him.
Yeah, let him go Spurs. But yeah, I think Arsenal, we can finally, if we don't win the league, it's going to be very close. If we don't win it.
If I had asked you this question at the start of last season, where would you predict Arsenal to have finished?
So, you know what? Start of last season, it's funny because probably I would say Man City first, Arsenal second.
Okay.
Liverpool surprised me last season.
So
I would never have predicted Liverpool to win the league last season.
out of your lovely speech that you just gave, where did Arsenal finish?
Last season.
No, this season.
This season they'll finish first, Liverpool finish second.
Listen, the truth is Arsenal fans are all moving like, oh, like we can win the league, but like if it doesn't happen, it's because we haven't got a striker. And now they got the striker, and they're like humming and ahhing, and there's like these variables.
You know, I'm backing them. I'm backing Arsenal. We got a striker. Now we're gonna win the league.
Okay,
Gokeres is hungry, man. The guy is hungry. Yeah, and you got you got Hugo there with different hairstyles, but Gokeres is hungry. Gokeres wants to score goals, bruv. Like he come to Arsenal like he's in the army. He wants to score goals. You know what I mean? And you trying to buy Isaac, who's a mercenary. You know, he's gonna go Real Madrid the following season. He joins.
I see how people are just trying to assassinate man's character.
Konate, what's Konate saying? Huh?
Don't worry about Konate saying.
David, you're chatting too much because Konate is twerking right now, but next year Saliba's going to be twerking. So what are you on?
Yeah, but he's got a longer contract. Saliba's got a longer contract.
2 years left. Next year will be 1 year.
We'll sort that out. We'll sort out Saliba.
Miguel. So what are you saying, Miguel? Yeah, Arsenal came second last season. Where do you see him finishing this season?
Hold on, come on a second. 4 years running, they're gonna celebrate it. They're gonna get like a little medal, little something to put on the wall. They came semi-final of the FA Cup, Champions League. Yeah, they'll celebrate. They live it up.
I thought Arsenal third.
Yeah, you already said the second place.
Yeah, I'll give my second place already, so it makes it more sense, and it'll be close. It will be like 2-3 points difference. Like it won't be much, but I think Chelsea will push Liverpool in a title challenge, and yeah, I feel like Arsenal they've made signings. It's weird because I feel like you made signings to like replace some players who are leaving, and then you brought in one player that everybody's been screaming for the last 3 seasons, and I would definitely say you've been looking for a gunman. 3 years ago, nobody knew who the gunman was. There was loads of names involved. When it came down to the second year, more names were involved. Who could it have been? I think the two names that we saw last season was Osimhen and Vlahovic. We saw these. Then we came to this season. Esco and Gokras were the two number ones. To be fair, I didn't feel like Gokras was even for the running because the links with Amarin, I thought was this he could have moved to Manchester United. Sesko is who I thought Arsenal were going to sign, and I still feel that Sesko is the guy Arsenal should have signed.
I agree, but can I just say one thing? Yeah, like
Go on.
the last couple of seasons, yeah, even though we haven't had kind of a blockbuster striker, right? You guys, if we didn't watch Arsenal enough, because Gabriel Jesus, like whenever he started,
I watch Arsenal. I watch football.
but
Yeah, I
but
watch
but
Arsenal.
Gabriel Jesus, like whenever he started the season, whenever he's been fit, he's not. This guy isn't like a blockbuster striker. But I strongly feel that if we had him fit in the last couple of seasons, I think we would have made a much better challenge.
Yeah, I
Because
would
much better
definitely like.
challenge. But just the problem is he's always injured. The
He's
guy's a
always
really
injured.
good player. He's
The
a really
guy
good
can
player, but yeah.
the guy can be fit and go and score a hat trick in a Champions League game, and then be injured for the next 2 months. So it's that inconsistency which I thought is going to really I don't wish to say this about any player, but I thought it's going to plague his career, and I thought this is what this
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But when it's happened, I don't see it's. When was the last time you saw anybody go through a load of injuries like this, and they after that, boom, they had nothing. Well,
Reece James.
if they're younger, yes, but Reece, he had it early, bro. Reece
Mm.
James has so many injuries, and he's what 24.
Yeah, isn't he a bit older than that
I
now?
I don't know how Reece James is gonna carry on for the next 10 years with like this
He'll
on a real.
retire early. He'll retire early.
Yeah, he won't see retire early, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another story for another day.
Mm.
So,
Turns 26 this year, you know?
we're 26. Reece
Yeah,
James.
December.
I get the figure he was like 24, bro. Okay, cool.
It's been
So,
around for a minute, that's the
well,
thing.
okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's
been around.
almost close for retirement. Okay, cool. So we've had Arsenal the second place. Last season, Liverpool ended up as champions. David has gone for Arsenal for champions, so it leaves Liverpool in second place. You've given you reasons why. Miguel, Liverpool, what do you see? You see it's a done deal. Can't see past them as favourites.
I think if there's anything that's going to undo Liverpool's season, it won't be the ability to score goals. Like you have players like Salah and everything you can all look to, when you're not playing your best football to get you over the line with that last minute goal. But I think it's going to be the defense. I think even though Trent, people used to make a bit of fun of him talking about,
Fuck Trent.
his defensive shortcomings, his ability to pass the way he does is something that's it's going to be a dynamic to move on from. And Frimpong, as good as he is, he's very different. And I think there isn't that chemistry yet on that right hand side of Salah, where I think sometimes they kind of get in each other's way a little bit. And defensively, it's not as sound as a result because even the left side, you got Kirkis, who's obviously gelling with the rest of the team. So I think it's gonna come down to how well the defense can gel, get up to speed, be that that surefire block at the back like you've always had with your defensive partnerships. But yeah, that's the way I can see them maybe dropping down to second. But really, they're going to be there challenging, leading the race, favourites. But
What, what's your prediction that they're going to finish first or second?
they're going to finish first. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Arsenal. I think Gikorish, as good as he's going to be, I don't think he's going to be enough or he's going to be consistent. Um, just watching him play so far, whilst he has scored a really nice header, I just don't think he was the striker they needed. But he was the best striker available, weirdly enough as well. I think Šeško would have been a much better signing. Maybe it wouldn't have popped off this season, but I think I could see that working for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see that. And I said the same thing. I reckon why Sesko, I feel like he fits that kind of profile because I felt like sorry, I felt like Arteta was molding this kind of like this youngish kind of team. So I felt like Sesko would have been that guy who'll be an Arsenal striker for the next 5 years. Where I thought Gokras could be a striker 3 years and then you sell him. Because I just don't see it. yeah, well, I've said my piece on that. But with Liverpool, yeah, I can't see past my boys in win. It would be nice to see us retain it. And I want to address some things that you threw some mud, David. Threw some mud. So I'm gonna address that. You
Mm.
feel that Liverpool don't have that ambition. Are you mad? Are
No,
you
I
are you
feel, I feel
are you
like,
are you
no,
mad?
no, no, no. Listen, listen. Let me just clear my point. It's evident when you guys can only win one trophy. When you got like four trophies in front of you, like quadruple, quintuple. You got all these trophies. You're in these trophies, and all of a sudden, it comes down to one trophy, and that's it. You know, Man City, they won't let that happen. Man City will win all them trophies. So
Yeah,
I
but
just, so
then
sometimes
but
I don't think Liverpool have that.
yeah, because
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll address that,
Yeah,
and I don't understand why you would think
it's
that.
happened a few times with Liverpool.
Uh,
It's happened a
And
few times.
I feel that it's there have been individual things that have happened in those games, like certain like how we lost to Man United in the FA Cup. It was like, why did they turn up? So certain teams will turn up when they play Liverpool. Like they will play the best football, defend the best that they do. Where some teams will just are the best and will roll over every position, and that's what Man City were. They were such a unit that they were able to roll over everybody. Liverpool at times didn't have a team that could just roll over everybody, but had a team that was capable of beating everybody, but at the same time had vulnerabilities, and teams can get us. So the whole battle that we had with Manchester City over the last like 5 seasons with Pep and Guardiola and Klopp, you can see there that I think at one point Liverpool probably had the best team they had in years with Salah, Firmino, and Mane up front. Could destroy everyone, and they showed that it could. They showed that they could, but that team was not effective enough to do dominance like how Man City did. That team was complete from back to front. They had everything. I felt like where Liverpool didn't, where they didn't have what Man City had was in that midfield.
Have you
Because
got
I
it now?
felt, I think Slot is forming that now, and I think you're going to see how we've now transitioned from expecting Trent to be involved in a lot of the attacks, in a lot of the plays. That's gone now. So we've gone from somebody who can ping the ball all over the pitch from right back to now having a right back who can be up and down, who's more mobile, has recovery pace, can get forward, can even play as a right winger. So the play's not going to come from there. He's going to be an outlet. The play now is going to come from the midfield where a lot of teams have, everybody does it. De Bruyne was the orchestrator in his team. Odegaard was the orchestrator for Arsenal. Cole Palmer is the orchestrator for Chelsea. Liverpool's orchestrator was Trent. No other team in world football has their fullbacks controlling how the team plays. So now
But
we've
sorry, sorry, Alex. Doesn't that say much about your midfield? If
no,
they
because
need to step up,
they
they need
had
to
they
step up. You
no,
know,
but they had the talent there. But what they got brought in to make the midfield better. So you can see how Klopp changed the midfield. He went from having Ronaldo, Henderson, Fabinho. They're not known for the goal scoring. They're not known for, their incredible accurate passing and, and that kind of flair. They're workhorsemen who their sole job was control the midfield, win the ball back off the opposition, break them down, and give the ball to the more creative players, the front three. And then you had Trent as well, where Trent can dictate the play from where he is. His range of passing and his vision was key. But now we've got players like McAllister. We've now got Verts. We've got Szoboszlai. So we've got excellent passers of the ball, people who got a range of passing. And this is what Slot has now kind of molded. Now, if Trent didn't leave, I still feel that yes, Trent with his pass ability, you can't stop the guy from. Oh, you're not gonna tell him stop passing the ball. Don't do that long ball. No, but then now you've got other specialists, which I feel he was bringing into play. He was changing the way things are rolling, and now it's going to be now Trent's gone. We're now going to see a different way Liverpool are going to be playing, and
You see,
Works is now going to be the key.
what you just explained there is the reason why I don't think Liverpool win the league. Yeah, because
What do you mean?
because it's a new thing. It's a new style because Trent normally Liverpool will build from the back
But
from Trent.
yeah,
Right now you got to try and find a new way to build from the back because Trent was
but
really
we but
effective.
we had already
So
implemented the new system last season. Now Trent being there, still being able to do what he did, that's his speciality. So you're not going to shut that down because it's a great weapon to have. But we came with Arsenal. We came like Batman with the utility belt. So okay, cool. We can throw out a gas pellet, or we could throw out a batarang. Where under Klopp it was batarang, batarang, batarang. And if somebody could do an amazing pass, that's great. But now we've got elite midfielders. You got people like Gravenberch who can take the ball on a turn and drive through the midfield. We've got people like McAllister who can pass the ball from deep, win the ball, and be able to break play and assist. So I feel like we are having players who have their skill set is going to be taken to the next level now. We're going to see more of the play.
let's
Like,
see.
Mhm.
yeah,
Let's
so
see.
I thought
But
this is why Liverpool, I
saying all of
feel,
that, Alex, I actually wanted to just point out to David because he said, of course, when was the last time Liverpool won 2 or more trophies in a given season? I thought it was interesting, just given
that they've won
Arsenal having
nothing.
done it
Yeah,
since
No, of
2001,
course, no.
2002.
No,
Like we have to go,
we're not debating. We're not debating that.
we had to go back 23 years to
that's for
find the
the
last time you won two trophies.
We're not
that's the
debating
mud.
that.
That's the
No, no,
mud. I
no,
Yeah,
was
no.
like,
We're not debating that.
the way you
exactly.
say,
That's
do
like,
they lack the
But
ambition? You know, I was just like,
oh,
where is he
like,
talking about? You
Liverpool last won the treble in 2019, and then obviously Chelsea just did double. So I don't know. Like it's just weird. Like Arsenal only win one trophy a season. That's their thing. But fair play. You wanted to point that out.
would you
no,
take
no.
would you take our one trophy a season over nothing? Anyway, we always have this banner. It's getting old now with your trophy cabinet being dusty, but it's fine. All right. So we're now gonna flip the table on its head, and we're gonna focus on the teams who could potentially get relegated. And there's only 3 spaces. Okay, so we're not gonna do it how we did before and pick who finished where because they're not in the league no more. So bottom
So
three,
do the ones that come up then.
just put it to. It doesn't even have to be. If you feel that any of the teams that have come up are gonna go down, then just name them. But you can just name who your bottom 3 is going to be by the end of the season.
Mm.
So
I
yeah,
think I think Burnley. I think Burnley will go down. I don't think they would have enough to stay in the league, and they've been in and out of the league, previously. So I think Burnley certainly would be my first pick.
I want you to name all 3.
Yeah, they were free, man. I'm
Three.
waiting.
Oh,
The
okay,
suspense.
okay. Burnley number 1. Then I'm gonna go with bloody hell. Burnley number 1, and
Is
I'll
this
go
order?
with
Is this the order? So they're bottom. They're going to be bottom of the league.
so Burnley will be completely bottom.
hmm
Who else got promoted? Was it Ipswich?
No,
No, they're back in the championship.
We're back in
Leeds,
Championship now.
The 3 teams that got
Leeds,
promoted.
Burnley,
Yeah,
and
Leeds, yeah,
Sunderland.
Leeds, yeah. I think definitely. I like Leeds though, but they lost some players. Leeds lost quite a few players, so
You still
I'll
got
go.
Daniel James, right?
Yeah, well, that's old news, man. That's Liverpool. That's Liverpool's Liverpool
What?
legend, isn't it?
No, Man United.
What are you talking about,
Man
bro?
United, Man United, sorry, Man United.
Aye, don't give us.
Man United, sorry, Man United. That pacey guy, innit? I'll go for Burnley, Leeds, and a surprise West Ham.
So David, can you shift a little because you're coming out of focus? Like half your head is moving.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
better.
West Ham, you know.
I'll go for a surprise West Ham finally getting relegated.
Ooh.
Yeah. Moyes. So yeah, finally
Moyes,
getting
Potter,
relegated.
man.
Moyes ain't there no more, bro. Moyes at
That's
Everton.
what I'm saying. Moyes has left to Everton.
Oh, okay.
Moyes gone to Everton. I think West Ham are a club on the decline for me.
Even after this preseason, they were on fire, man.
Yeah. But I just think it's their time,
Paul
man.
Krog, Jared Bowen up top. Jared Bowen, yeah, pardon me.
I think it's their time. Yeah, I
Damn.
think it's their time. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that West Ham will go down.
You dislike any London club that's not Arsenal, don't lie.
No. I mean, I could have said Everton, but Everton obviously they've got Grealish now. They're doing well. They got the
What do you mean
Ray
they're doing well?
Grealish.
Just because of Grealish.
Bruv, they
What the
haven't
media,
started.
what the
They
media
haven't
is saying.
started yet.
What the media is saying. I think Brighton will do what they always do. They'll buy. They're probably going to buy
All
some
right, we're not
youngsters,
gonna
stay in
start
the
going
league.
through all of the teams. I'll just ask you
Yeah,
who's gonna get relegated. Yeah.
Burnley
So
and
who?
Leeds definitely. Then I've got a wild card. Is West Ham.
West Ham. Okay, cool.
A wild
Thank you,
card. Yeah.
Miguel.
Bottom of the table, we've got Leeds. They haven't made any big acquisitions, and I think they're going to really struggle. They're going to be like Southampton of last season, where I'll be
Mm.
surprised to see for them to get more than 20 points over the course of a season. And then follow just above them will be Burnley. They made some better acquisitions, like they got Ugochukwu, see if they can get Broha playing finally without any injuries. So I think outside of that, they got a few good players, so they might even finish a little bit higher than that. But then the team I have to be the surprise dropper is going to be Brentford.
I was thinking
Brentford.
about that.
Okay.
I was
That's a good
thinking
one
about.
actually. That's a good one.
I
They
was
have
thinking
been
about.
stripped
Yeah.
apart to the
Yeah.
bone.
Manager,
Manager,
players. Yeah.
Mbumo. It's looking like Wiss is going to be leaving. Nordgaard, obviously, Arsenal, like a little cheeky veteran player to just slot in and play. Um, they're going to lose Wissa.
Makes
If
sense.
they lose Wissa, their starting striker has no Prem experience. Thiago, they're going to slide straight on down. And the manager they've appointed, if I'm not mistaken, used to be the set piece coach.
Yeah, I think he was more than that. I think he was just given that title, but he's more. He's more than just the set piece coach. He's actually part of the system which Thomas Frank left, but he stayed. But yeah, I
Look,
hear what you're
probably
saying.
Arsenal will pick up some tactics now. See how the routines they do in the box and all of that. Arsenal will add a third little weapon to their little artillery.
Um, I'm going with all three coming up to go straight down. Like, yeah,
Mm.
I thought you guys were pointing out reasons for why. You said Leeds. They're not making signings that I don't think they'll make signings that are Premier League worthy. I don't think they can afford to. And even if they do, it'll be players that are just being maybe released and probably not wanted. I could see them probably even one of them signing like a Calvin Lewin, where end up being like their target man. Their main, I think one of their
Wait, no, they have signed him, haven't they? I just recalled.
Is it?
Yeah, they were making progress at signing him. I don't know if
what
they
Leeds and
finalized
Calvin
it yet.
Lewin.
Yeah,
Okay, wow.
that's so weird you said that.
He was twerking for Manchester United, and then like,
Just to bear in mind, yeah, I think Sunderland with their spend, they're looking to do like a Nottingham Forest this
nah,
season.
do you
So it
know what?
either ends.
Listen. Anybody who comes here wearing white and red stripes going down, yeah, Sunderland are gonna be the same like Sheffield United, up and down, up and down. Leeds have Daniel Farker. He gets relegated every time. Yeah, so he's going down. Leeds aren't signing Premier League proven players to stay in the league. I don't see it happening. They may get one or two good results, but they're gonna get battering just like when they were last in the Premier League. They were getting taken out. Like even we beat them like something like 6-0 or 1 point or something like that. Burnley, they ain't got it. They ain't got it. They're gonna try and do what they did when they had the company and trying to be playing at the back when they don't have the facilities to kind of do that. They want to play a brand of football. It's not gonna happen. They're going straight down. There's gonna be a deep relegation battle. So the two that I feel could probably slip into those sections there, if the bottom three don't go down, Wolves and Brentford. They've kind of been stripped. Wolves have lost Cunha, they've lost Ant-Nouri, so two of their best creative players have gone. Brentford, same reasons as Miguel pointed out. They've been stripped. They've lost their manager, they lost their captain, they've lost their striker, or they're going to lose a striker. They've lost the talisman in Mbeumo, and if they do lose Whistle, which he will go, yeah, that Thiago guy, I think he could be like an Evan Nilsson. he may get maybe like 8, maybe 9 goals, but wouldn't be enough. They've got Kevin Schade, but I think Kevin Schade plays better when he's with Wissa and then Wemo. So a lot is going to be put onto him. Maybe Carvalho will have a role in this team because they have to replace him Wemo. But again, we've still got 3 more weeks left of the transfer window, so we don't know who they could sign. There's going to be a lot of movement happening. But yeah, but I'll say the last 3 that come up, they're going to go down. Right. So I want you both to pick a team that you feel is in the middle. So they're not top 6. They're not getting relegated. They're a mid-table club who has the potential of breaking in to the top 6. Who's gonna challenge there? We saw a few that could have done it last season, but now with players moving to other clubs, that team might not be the same no more. So, David, who do you feel could be a contender for potential European football? Who's gonna try and tip the apple cart?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because last season, pretty much most of the clubs have been stripped in a way. You know, you've got Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. Last season
They were
they
doing
were
damage.
yeah they were doing serious damage, man.
Serious
Then you've
damage.
got so Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. I mean Everton for mid-table. Everton, nothing exciting about
Nobody
Everton.
wants Everton players,
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
they've
Yeah,
got the
nothing.
same players they have all the time. People
Yeah,
leave Everton, nobody goes and buys them. They just leave.
yeah. You know how the media are hyping Grealish now as the
Bro,
second son
the
of Gaston, and
the other day I turned on football. The Corey has now gone to FC Newham, the new team in Saudi Arabia. Like, did even anybody realize that he had left? I was like, the Corey's gone. I'd read it twice. Abdullah the Corey has gone and signed for FC Newham, and I was just like,
ah,
what? He just left. Like, did they buy
yeah,
him? Did he leave on a free? Like, I'm surprised Jack
yeah,
Grealish has gone to Everton, but maybe other teams didn't see that as because it's a loan with an option to buy for 50
yeah,
million. But Jack Grealish will be 30 by the end of this year. Yeah, he'll be
yeah.
30 this year, and going into next season he'll be 31. Who is spending 50 million on a 31-year-old unless it's a top striker that's going to bang you goals like Harry Kane? But
Yeah, I don't think Grealish will do massive bits. I think they'll probably play him as a number 10. They won't play him on the left because he hasn't got that much pace. Probably play him as a number
Think
10 or something.
I think what Grealish needs is the same sort of treatment he got at Villa. I think if he can get the love from the fans, get the appreciation, be put on the pedestal, which he hasn't had for years at City, because he's just part of a bigger machine.
he's been part of a bigger machine. That Grealish going to Everton, he'll be the best player in Everton. Him and
Yeah,
that
100%.
and Die,
Yeah, yeah,
them two
Yeah,
he's gonna
together.
he's this big target man, big centre backs. Like if it comes to it, if they drive into the box, he can nice little cross, and they can go ahead and maximize off the back of that. So I think he's gonna have a good season once he
Jack,
gets fit,
Jack Grealish could be a sneaky pick for the FPL. You never know.
maybe.
yeah.
So,
I think also. I was gonna say just to answer the question from before.
yeah, please. I was on the arts. Yeah, could you?
Also, Brighton, if they lose, 'cause I know they still have Balaba as
Baleba.
well. Yeah, so
What do you call him? Balaba.
Baleba, sorry, Baleba,
I was like, who
yeah,
the hell's Balaba? I was just like,
Believer,
sounds like
yeah, yeah.
it's like a
I
Pokemon,
think,
Balaba.
yeah, I think it's a hard one, but I think Newcastle for me, well, in my top 6, Newcastle was number 7 or 8
So they're the team
outside the
that's
top
gonna
6,
be
seven
knocking
or
on
eight.
the
So I think
door.
if Newcastle buy Wissa, they got Elanga, they got Gordon, they got Bruno. They still got a good team, you know. I mean, they got Bruno in the middle, they got
Yeah,
Tonali,
but
they got
they're not
John Linton.
mid-table. They're not in the mix, but not
No,
quite there
I
yet. They're
know.
already there.
Yeah, I'll say 7 or 8 for Newcastle. And I think Brighton, if they keep some of their players after that. And I think Everton are a mid-table club, man. They're just mid-table. They'll never go down, they'll never go up.
They'll
Mid-table
never
club. So,
aspire to be
yeah,
anything. That's
yeah,
what
they're just a
I hear. That's
mid-table
what I'm
club.
hearing.
Yeah,
Here's
so
my
I
here's my
think,
kind of numbers.
yeah, Everton 9 or 10. You know, and after that, you got a whole set of clubs, man. Bournemouth has been stripped. I mean, I think Zabani's leaving, isn't he? Zabani. He's
Paddy
leaving that
Pidgey
defender.
are after him,
He's
but
already
we
gone.
can see.
He's gone.
Has he gone?
Uh,
Wow.
so yeah, I
Well,
think
that's
They've already replaced him though with like a decent prospect.
no, but they already had like a few because they had the reason why Hoyson got into the team anyway is because they had injuries at centre back. So those guys who were there
mm,
are now back, but I don't know who they are because I think
yeah, I don't know.
it's because of Hoyson and because of Cliver and Semenyo, everybody was watching Bournemouth last season. So it was
Like
like,
Cares,
yeah.
bloody they had the players,
So
man. They had a good
fair
team.
play. So you're going with Newcastle as knocking on the door. What about you, Miguel? Who do you feel in the
Well,
mid-table?
like up there, yeah, like in the mid-table, they're gonna be up there top six, yeah. Um, I think it's gonna be a tricky one. I have a burning feeling it's either gonna be even with one of two teams, even with Palace struggling. I have a strong feeling like with them keeping their players, they'll keep Mateta. He's already got penalty duties. I think they'll have the depth they need. I think playing in the Conference League will give them kind of like that platform, kind of like Chelsea, to have a starting 11, have a second 11, and still be competitive across the board. They stand a very, very strong chance of winning the Conference League. I think the only other really decent team that will compete with them will probably be Strasbourg. But if it's not them, I think Fulham. I think everyone's been sleeping on Fulham for a little while. They nullified a lot of the bigger teams in the league last season, and they've just been quietly going about their business. And I think they got a couple more deals, like Raheem Sterling. If they bring in a player like of that caliber, even though he's nothing compared to what he was before, I think he's the sort of player that could really kind of put them up back in the talk of maybe getting another European spot. So it'll be interesting.
I was going to say Palace actually, but I just thought the fact that they've got European competition, I don't think they've got a big enough squad. I think they might do a Tottenham, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Have a
yeah.
really good Conference League and then finish low in the league. But yeah, I was going to mention.
I would have gone for Palace. Palace was going to be my first choice because I felt like they've got a really good team. If they keep what they've got together now, they'll be fine. Keep Eze, keep Wharton, keep Mateta. So you keep that spine there. Obviously, they're losing the captain Guehi to Liverpool, so they have to bring in somebody to replace him. Hopefully, get something done over the window. I think they may lose Eze, and this is what's kind of swayed me. I feel they'll lose Eze because Eze is 27. The lure of getting Champions League football with someone like Tottenham would be why he would then go. So my team to challenge for breaking into the top six will be Tottenham. I feel with the team under Thomas Frank, I think they're gonna have a bit more stability. They're not gonna be naive like how Postecoglou made them naive with the high line. We saw glimpses of what they could potentially do in today's game, despite them losing. I don't think that's not their strongest team. Um, and I feel like they are just putting together and seeing what can work, but what can work in a very competitive game. So saw some good stuff from them. For that they are two, maybe three signings away from having a team that will challenge for top six place. I feel they will do okay in the Champions League. I'm not expecting to put up trees, but I expect them to be there amongst teams that would be tough to beat. Tottenham is my team of knocking on the top in the top six. All right, so looking at time, we're doing all right. So we haven't got much time left. So we're just gonna quickly just move to who we feel is going to be one. We'll start with Golden Boot. So who do you feel is gonna be top gunsman in the Premier League? And I'll start with Miguel.
Really, really tough one. I think with the transfer market still being open, I think that dictates a lot about like if you get Isak, for example, I don't think Salah will win the Golden Boot, but then neither do I think Isak will. I just think the goals will be distributed more equally amongst the front three. But then if you don't get Isak, I think he still will be that go-to guy just due to the inexperience of Ekitike. On the left-hand side, like Cody Gakpo and everything, whilst they can score good goal every so often, they're not consistent enough. But I think with Isak, definitely he wouldn't get the golden boot. But I think Haaland, whilst City won't be up there chasing the title in the end, I think Haaland's got a point to prove. So I think bare minimum, I see him scoring 26, 27 goals, just to kind of remind everyone that he's about.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Similar to what Miguel said about Isaac. Obviously, depends if he joins you guys or not, or he stays at Newcastle. Um, but I'm gonna go for a surprise one. Well, it's probably not a surprise to you guys, but uh, and my reasoning is that if if Moreno can score 10 goals last season as a DM, right? Why can't Gomez be top scorer? Yeah, because we create the chances, we
He's
create
not
the
on penalty
space.
duty.
Huh?
That's the simple. That's the
Well, well,
simple
well,
answer. He's
well, Marino wasn't on penalty either. So what I'm
yeah,
saying is we create a lot of chances, but there isn't a striker there,
You're
right?
comparing somebody who just luckily got 9 goals compared to somebody who's expected to
It
score
wasn't by luck. He
30.
scored goals, right? It wasn't. You
Not
can't just
luck,
score
but
goals
no
by
one
luck,
no
you know.
no one expected him to score 9 goals.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not by luck. It's because
So
we create
so Jock
chances
so
for
Jokeris is expected to score 20, 25 plus.
yeah. I think my reason is Haaland. Obviously, it's a new thing. Buena's not there. Shirky has to create assists for him. Foden has to create assists for him. Doku has to create assists for him. It's a big ask without De Bruyne in terms of assists. That's number one. Number two, Chelsea. João Pedro isn't a top scorer. He's never been um, a goal scorer like that. He's a sort of player that can make things happen. Very skillful, very technical. Delat may be wild card because he scored a lot, obviously last season. Then Liverpool, Hugo, right? I don't know. I think Salah will still be there, in terms of goal scoring. I think, like Miguel said, it will be distributed. You are missing Diaz now. Diaz, who scored a lot of goals for Liverpool. Um, but I think saying all that, Gyökeres is a killer, man. He's a killer.
Okay, so it's
He's a
Gyökeres
killer.
for
So I think I'll go for Gyökeres. Yeah.
Gyökeres.
what's Gokura's got on you, David? Other than being an Arsenal player, like, has he got some sort of information? Is he holding you
But
ransom?
you guys are saying for Portugal in the Portuguese league he's smashing it and it's a shit league, right? But he's doing well for Sweden as well, alongside Isaac.
I've never said that.
He's doing well. He's scoring
I
goals
have
for Sweden.
never said that.
He's got the highest goal
I
average
have never said
in Sweden's history.
the,
Don't lie. You go into any AI
I've
and you say,
never
"What's the most irrelevant side piece of data that I can
No,
bring
but
up
I'm
to
just
argue
saying
my case?"
he's got
wait,
the
wait.
highest
Okay,
goals
okay.
per
I will.
game ratio in Swedish history compared to Isaac, Ibrahimovic.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? He scored
Mm,
goals. He scored a bag of goals in Portugal. So hopefully he can bring that
mm,
to the Premier League. Yeah, goals a goal. He scored it. He had to score it and he scored it. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't know why he started bringing Isak into the conversation with Jokeres and stuff like that. It's like all of a
No,
sudden,
because it's competition. It's competition.
I
It's
guarantee you right now.
competition.
No, Miguel, I'm telling you this right now. I'll guarantee yeah that if Arsenal did not buy Jokeres, yeah, man wouldn't even compare Jokeres and Isak. Isak will be the best striker in the world to him. So it's only because you lot have bought Jokeres is now. Oh, now you want to talk about
But of course,
Isak's
Isak's a better
stats
striker.
what
Of
is
course,
Isak's
but we're
stats
saying
for
if
Sweden.
Isak's going to join
You
Liverpool or
never
not.
questioned Isak's goal scoring ability for Sweden when you weren't linked to Jokeres. You never did.
I'm just going off the stats. I like stats only. Facts.
Hater,
I'm not really.
hater,
No, I
hater.
prefer Isaac. I prefer Isaac,
I
obviously.
guarantee
But if
Isaac
Isaac
was
goes Liverpool, he
if
will be
he's
top scorer. Yeah, I'm giving you
okay.
that, right?
Okay,
But
give me that.
yeah, I'm giving you that. Yeah,
Young Miguelito. Go on, talk to me.
Well, who's going to be top goal scorer?
he's already done it. He's already done it
Yeah,
already.
it's Haaland.
Haaland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
done it already.
I was going Haaland as well. To be fair, I thought
Mm.
Haaland will be, but surprise. Um,
I have a
it's
feeling Salah will break the assist record though.
I don't know. I feel like his spotlight is gonna get taken away by Wirtz. I
Mm.
feel like Wirtz is the spotlight's on him. He's gonna play every Premier League game unless he's injured. He's gonna play every Premier League game without a doubt. The amount of money we spent on him, it's give him the ball, and he will want the ball. He'll want the ball. I feel Salah will have the ball less this time. He's not the focal point of our attack, and the goal's gonna be shared amongst. If we don't get Isak, I still feel Isak and Ekitike could probably get 15, 16 goals each for the capable. So 15 goals each from them, another 15, 20 probably for Salah, another 10, 12, probably 15 for Gakpo. I think Liverpool will outscore everybody this season if they get someone like Isak. I feel like with Wirtz there as well, goals, 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 goals. But I still feel as one single striker who will be top goal scorer, I feel it will be Haaland only because I feel Liverpool will be overloaded with gunmen and the goals will be shared. There's not just going to be one killer. So that's how, yeah, so Haaland. Cool, so we've got so 2 votes for Haaland and we've got 1 for Gyökeres. In terms of player of the season, who do you feel could be player of the season? David, it's like you're staring into your
No,
girl,
I'm just
his
checking the
David, you
girl's
looking into
screen.
my
messaging him.
soul? What's going
Do you
on,
know
man?
what? Yeah, do you know what it is? I think David's girl must have sent him a nude or something, and he's just looking. Ooh, what's going on here, baby? You're at home. Oh, damn! Let me wrap up this podcast. Let me get them cheeks. Anyway, so David, who do you feel is gonna be player of the season?
Oh, so many new faces.
Let me guess. It's gonna be an Arsenal player.
Nah, player of the season. Player of the season last season was who?
Salah.
Salah. Yeah, I thought so. You know, what, I'm gonna give him his trumps. I'm gonna say a safe bet would be Salah. That would be a safe bet because he's gonna perform. He's gonna do well. But if I add a wild card in there, right, based on consistencies of the last couple of seasons, I think Saka is a wild card.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I managed to get Arsenal player in there again. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Miguel.
I think it's a tough one. I don't think Salah's going to be player of the season, but I think there's an argument for a number of other players. Um, but I just have a feeling with the overall quality of the team, even though we might not win the league, when I think historically speaking, it always has to come from a player that wins the league, the player of the season. I have a feeling Palmer's going to cook differently because he has so many players around him. Watching him play with João Pedro, Esteval, the other players that can come off the bench, the depth. I think he's no longer going to be looked to as that focal point where it's either you win us the game or we don't win or draw. There's goal scorers everywhere, and I think he's just going to thrive off the fact that he's got that chemistry. Like watching him play with Esteval in that first match, it was like two friends playing football from when they were kids. They have that instant chemistry and they just trust each other completely. Even though Esteval's 18 years old, but he's scoring in his first debut match off the bench. So I think it's going to be Cole Palmer. I think there's that stability now he needs.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot.
Okay,
Palmer's a good shot.
yeah, definitely a good take there on that, and I can't fault you on that, and I share the same view. I feel that Cole Palmer is gonna smash the league this season, and he's gonna be one of the reasons why Chelsea do go close to potentially winning the league, and I feel that Chelsea will win a competition this season. If it's not going to be the league, then it's going to be like an FA Cup, um, maybe even
I'd like that.
maybe even slap a League Cup, just to get over the curse of
Curse.
losing to Liverpool in League Cup finals. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like yeah, Cole Palmer is gonna come alive again. I know he had a bit of a dip last season, and I think his dip maybe affected Chelsea in a way that they could. I think they probably had enough to have caught third, but I think they still managed to secure the fourth spot, and I feel that they will push on next season. Now, young player of the year. Who do we feel is good enough? And remember, young player of the year is, I believe it's 22 and under, or could be 23 and under.
Yeah, it's 23.
23. So even the regulars we could have. So that means again, Ryan Gravenberch can still qualify. I think Cole Palmer is 23. He can still qualify as a young player. So maybe he could take a double. I think the only person who did that in recent years was Phil Foden. I don't know if David's paused or he's just
Poker. He's got
is he
poker face.
is he
No,
is
no,
it
he's definitely frozen.
he's frozen.
David,
Uh, uh,
blink twice.
we were we were close. We were close, with David.
Look, he,
Oh no, he's here twice. Jesus Christ.
he,
What?
man,
Oh, now
he,
we
man,
go. Now we.
he's got his copy
What's
about
happened? That's incredible. Now we've got bloopers. We should do bloopers now for the podcast bloopers. So we were saying that who are young players of the era. So
23 and below is the
yeah,
criteria.
23 and plus
Okay.
criteria. So
Okay.
and you
He's
can't
gonna
say
be like,
Uh,
guaranteed he's gonna say Ethan.
yeah, Yvonne Emery. No, he's gonna say Max Dowman. He's 15. He ain't even gonna play. You ain't gonna see. You ain't gonna see. Oh, he's gonna say. I know he's gonna
Words is
say.
20. Words is 22, isn't it?
Yeah,
22. Words,
yeah.
right? Words 22. Words is 22, and you got how old? You got 24.
Who old? What?
Hugo striker
23.
23. So is it 23 and younger or 23?
Yeah, under 23 and under is young player.
Okay. Okay. So Hugo and Arsenal, we have Nanieri, Max Stallman.
No, Max, you can't use Max. Max isn't gonna. He's not
Okay.
not enough
Okay.
game time for him.
Saliba now is Saliba now.
So he should be 25, isn't it?
25, 24. Okay. And then
Man's trying,
Chelsea,
man's trying to
Chelsea,
go for
Chelsea
the whole
got a bag
Arsenal
of
team,
players.
you know.
Chelsea
Yeah,
got a bag of players.
but then them youngsters
Oh,
aren't
Palmer,
gonna
how's
play.
Palmer now?
23.
23.
Last year he can do the double.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Palmer won it.
So that's a hat trick right there. Well, actually, not a hat trick yet because you're the only one to say Palmer's young player. Miguel.
I have a feeling even if he wins player of the year, they'll still dish it out to someone different. And I think this could actually be flipped around as well. I have a feeling that Wirtz will win Young Player of the Year. So yeah, I think it's either like that. Palmer wins one and Wirtz the other. Or just flip them round. I have a feeling. But Palmer's already won Young Player this season, hasn't he? Yeah, he has.
So he can't
So
win it again, basically.
I don't think they would give it to him again. They'll just give him the big boy award instead.
I feel my instincts say Verts, but I also I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly win it.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
I
It's a good
feel
shout,
like
yeah.
I feel like he deserved to be in a conversation last year.
Last
I
season,
feel like maybe he didn't play enough to get it.
yeah.
And you're going against Ryan Gravenberch, who had an amazing season, so it was hard not to give it to him. I still feel that Gravenberch is still he'll be 23 by the time it comes around, so he will still be considered. But yes, I think Lewis Skelly has cemented his place in the Arsenal team, and if he stays fit, the guy is gonna fly. And then again,
Definitely.
he'll be playing for England as well. Lewis Hall is still recovering from an injury, so the first choice left back is still Miles Lewis Skelly. So as long as he can plays well for England and for Arsenal, he should be a shoe-in for the young player of the year. All right, so we've run out of time now, so I think it's time for us to wrap it up. So guys, what I want you to do for all those who've been watching, please leave your comments. Let me know who you feel is going to be your top six, who's going to be your top goal scorer, who's going to be the young player of the year, which team is going to struggle and be relegated. So put all of that, all the things that we discussed, by all means, do your best. And remember to subscribe, comment, and like. We need you to like so we can join the algorithm, so we're just there and our videos keep popping up. We are going to be dropping a couple of segments throughout the season, and we're going to do our best to try and keep consistent and be able to deliver you videos after each weekend of the Premier League, so you can hear what we feel about how our teams have performed, how other teams have performed. We are going to be dropping the FPL. I will leave my FPL code for you to join our Never Caught Offside FPL League. So it's free for you guys to come and join us and see if you can battle our ball knowledge. It was just going to be the group, but I thought let other people come in, let them be part of our little community and be able to participate. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode. This was episode 11. We're making movements, man. Now, if we do every Premier League fixture over the weekend, we're gonna come out with what, like at least 40 something episodes, man. We're gonna we're gonna do it. And you might see some new faces, or you might just keep seeing our ugly mugs throughout the season. But either way, hopefully we're gonna be about anyway. But thank you again, and tune in for the next episode. Take care, love and peace.
Peace.